open the fight now! Open the doors, man! Open the doors! Open the This is what I want to do, man!
Silly kids. There's only room for me and my books, son. Hello, welcome back to another Jeepers Keepers. Now that I'm done, for now, with Steve Ditko, run of Spider-Man, let's move on to John Romita. Before I do that, I did not talk about Amazing Fantasy 15 or Annual #1 because they are not yet picked. I have multiple copies of those books and I'm yet to decide which copies of those 2 issues I'm keeping. That's the reason, okay? I'm not leaving them out. But let's go on to John Romita. I picked out 10 books. It was, I wouldn't say it was any harder or easier to pick out the keepers for this. Certainly there's a lot of awesome covers, okay, compared to Steve Ditko in my opinion, but still, for now, I'm narrowing down to 10 and I'm pretty sure everybody will enjoy these 10s and likely to agree. And for these 10 books, I actually went through and I do have multiple copies of, I think, all of them, but I kept the nicest one. This one here is about 6.5, 7.0. It's the nicest raw copy I have. At one point, I had an 8.0 slab that I sold 3 years ago. Yeah. This is definitely the nicest copy of issue 41 that I have. It's about an 8.5, beautiful copy. I bought this a few years back from a fairly well-known dealer online. I have a shop in Alabama, I think. Quality Comics, I'm sure that name. He's a decent grader, okay? He's tight. I don't agree with everything that he grades, but in general, I do. I can't recall if he graded that as an 8 or a 7.5. It was something like that. If he undergrade, it might be just like one level below what I think it is. First shocker, this is a beautiful copy. It's about 8.0. I also had a slab of this book that I saw a couple years back. I think it was an 8.5. Next up, is it a surprise since I picked this as my favorite Craven Silver Age cover, right? Yeah, love that cover. No brainer. This copy is, I put down a 6.0. I don't recall ever own anything higher than a 6.5. I think the best copy I had was a 6.5 that I slabbed and sold quite a while ago. I own, gosh, 5-6 copies of that book over the years. Here's a beautiful 55 is a magic number for those that have seen that old video. At one point, I was gonna do a series that's gonna be like, 55 is a magic number, and I will show a bunch of awesome books, keys, some of my keys that had number 55, like Iron Man 55. There's a whole bunch, okay? And then if you look at this hobby, there are quite many issues that are not landmark issue, like issue 50, issue 100, #1. There's a lot of issue, like issue number 55, the number 55, that have quite a few awesome books across both Marvel and DC. At one point, I was gonna do a series of that, but I'm not skillful enough to make it a fun series. It's a fun thought okay, as far as for a series, because there are tons of numbers that you can do a series with that would be a lot of fun, at least in my mind. Yeah, no brainer, no brainer. For example, Spider-Man 121, okay, and I'm sure you can find other 121 out there that share some kind of significance, right? How can I not pick this book? My favorite Medusa Silver Age cover, right? The runner-up to Kingpin, yeah, might not be my #1 Kingpin cover, but the runner-up, I'm gonna include it. Last but not least, yeah, I like the Shocker cover much more than the first appearances. So that's it. That's round up my 10 Silver Age genre meter cover. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.